today's video is on skincare, and obviously, as the title suggests, it's for oily, acne-prone skin types. Obviously, the tips I'm going to give are relevant for if you've got oily skin only and not acne-prone skin at the same time. So stay tuned if you'd like to see what the tips are. I'm just going to get started. So the first thing that's really important is obviously to make sure you're cleaning your skin regularly and thoroughly. You want to be cleaning your skin at least twice a day, at morning and before you go to bed, and make sure you're using warm water and not hot water so as not to dry out your skin. If you dry out your skin too much, it's another reason for your skin to pump out more oil to compensate for that. So yeah, make sure you're using warm water, not hot water. Obviously, if you can't use warm water, then it's not the end of the world or anything. It's just that warm water is of course much better at helping to break down the oils and the dirt and everything. So try to use warm water when you're washing your skin. And when you choose the products that you're going to be using on your skin, whether it's the cleanser, astringents, whatever, you want to use something that isn't too harsh, because whatever strips your skin of its natural moisture too much, it will just cause your skin to pump out more oil. So make sure you're using a gentle cleanser. You don't use anything that's too harsh or too strong. And the whole thing with astringents, I'm not really a fan of astringents. I don't think they're that necessary. I just think they're too harsh and too strong on the skin. When I was a teenager, I used to use them all the time because I used to use just products that would just strip my skin. I used to use things like, of course, Oxy, Clearasil, Clean and Clear, the face washes, astringents and everything, but it's just too much for your skin. It just strips your skin of the natural oils. So I wouldn't use that type of astringent. If you want to use something that's a bit more gentle and natural, then choose something like witch hazel, because it won't strip your skin and it's a light astringent. So if you don't want to take out the whole toner process of your skin regime, then try something like witch hazel. You can also try lemon. I wouldn't recommend using lemon as a toner and then just going out and going about your day, because it's got natural acids in it, and therefore it can make your skin really sensitive, especially to the sun and everything. So I'd recommend using the lemon more as like a mask, and then taking it off and washing it off gently with warm water. So yeah, that's the whole point I'd like to make about the astringent aspect of things. Another good thing to include in your regime is to exfoliate regularly. Now when I say regularly, I don't mean like several times a week. You just want to do maybe like once or twice a week. But there is one thing I'm going to say about that. You definitely have to make sure you're doing it for what your skin needs. Like, for example, I have a cleanser that's 3-in-1. It's a cleanser, exfoliator and a mask. So I use it every day, and I know a lot of people think or say, oh no, you shouldn't use it exfoliate every day, it's really bad, blah blah blah. But for me it works. It makes my skin, keeps my skin soft and fresh, and I feel like when I don't use it, my skin just looks a bit dull, and it can break out in like small bumps. So I do like to use this particular cleanser every day. If you're not into the type of granule-like exfoliants, then try something a bit more gentle, like the Dermalogica Microfoliant. It's a really fine powder exfoliant. It's really nice. I've tried it before, and that type of exfoliant is another type that you use every day. It helps to, other than exfoliate your skin, it helps to even out your skin tone. So I'd recommend that if you've got hyperpigmentation or uneven skin tone. If you want to go on the natural route, then try something like oats. Oats are good to exfoliate the skin, and like maybe you mix it with a little bit of milk. be careful with the type of exfoliant you use. Like if you've got acne or lesions and everything, obviously you don't want to use a granule type of exfoliants because it can irritate the acne. So like for example, if I've got a breakout or anything, I don't use my exfoliant cleanser. I just use a different cleanser until the acne has completely healed. So be careful about that. If you're into masks, the best type of masks for oily acne prone skin types would be mud masks. These are really good because they help to absorb the excess oil, and depending on what type of mud it is, or clay, or I should say the type of clay it is, it can help to draw out the toxins from your skin. So I definitely recommend clay masks. I personally use them and I really like them. Another important point to make is that you want to moisturize your skin. You want to always be moisturizing your skin every time you cleanse your skin. You don't want to skip moisturizing because maybe you think, oh, my skin's oily, I don't need to moisturize. You need to moisturize because if you don't, then your skin will just pump out more oil because you're not moisturizing it. So again, another thing to make it try and compensate for that. So make sure you use a moisturizer that's good for your skin type. For your skin, you want to go for things that of course are oil free, that aimed at oily skin or combination skin, and don't have comedogenic ingredients or things that block your pores. So make sure you do your research before you choose a moisturizer that you think will work for you. This type of thing is always a matter of trial and error. And a few years ago I found a really good site that does a really long list of ingredients in cosmetics and natural oils and those kind of things, and it gives how much they can block pores, or if they don't block pores or anything. It gives it like a rating, like 1 to 5, I think. If you want to see that, then thumbs up this video and comment down below, and I'll link the website for you. Another point about hydration, moisturization, is to definitely make sure you're drinking enough water. If you don't drink enough water, then you're not hydrating yourself internally, and that affects your skin. It can affect your skin. So make sure you're drinking enough water. Another point about diet is to make sure you don't eat too many refined carbs, you don't eat too much sugar, because these things, because they're high in sugar, because they release sugar quickly into your bloodstream, they cause your body to produce more insulin, and then that causes your hormones to go crazy, making your oil glands produce more oil. So try not to eat these kind of things. Now, it's never really been scientifically proved point blank that certain foods cause acne and oily skin and everything, but research does suggest that they do, that certain foods do cause acne and oily skin. And I can vouch that because when I was a teenager, I used to eat a lot more refined carbs and sugar than I do now. Like, I used to love eating biscuits and really bad things, like, more often. Obviously I still eat them now because I'm not just going to give them up completely. If I could, that would be great. But no, when I was a teenager, I used to eat them all the time. And I did notice that certain things would make my skin more oily or cause a little bit more acne. So what I would suggest is to keep a food diary, because then you can see what kind of foods make your body and your skin react in a certain way. So yeah, definitely keep a food diary so you can monitor what things are causing your skin to purge or break out or become more oily. Another thing I'd like to mention in regards to moisturizing is that you don't necessarily have to use the same moisturizer the whole time throughout the year. You want to use a moisturizer that is good for your needs, for depending what environment you're in and depending how your skin's reacting. Because, for example, when I'm in a more humid climate, I need to use a certain moisturizer, and then when I'm in a different type of climate where it's not as humid, like it can still be hot, but it's not humid, the humidity level in the air is a lot lower or something, then I'll use a different moisturizer. It will still be for oily skin because my skin is oily, but it will be at that type of environment. It will be a bit more combination rather than completely oily. I also use a moisturizer that's for oily skin or for combination skin, but that moisturizer will be just slightly richer than the moisturizer that I use in more humid conditions. So yeah, remember that you don't have to just stick to one type of moisturizer throughout the whole year. Just listen to what your skin is saying and respond to that. Like I said, these type of things are a matter of trial and error, so you're going to be trying out things that work for you in different climates, different environments, etc. I'm going to give tips about makeup now, and for me, the best primer for oily skin has to be Milk of Magnesia. It doesn't, nothing else compares to Milk of Magnesia in keeping your skin matte all day long, no matter what foundation you're using. You can use a foundation that's aimed at, that gives you a dewy finish to your skin, that's not aimed for oily skin types. And then when you're using the Milk of Magnesia, your skin will stay oil-free all day. So definitely try Milk of Magnesia as a primer if you haven't tried it yet, because it definitely keeps your skin matte all day. It absorbs the oil, so it's a definitely great primer for oily skin. You can even use it as a mask a couple of times a week. But when you use it as a primer, of course, you need to make sure you use a thin layer and spread it evenly, or else you'll get white patches on your skin. But if you spread it evenly and everything, then it will look fine. Your face won't look white. And again, if you don't apply too much, I don't think that it makes your face look white in photos, because I have used it before when I have had pictures taken and I didn't really notice any like ghost face or anything. So yeah, I think it is photo friendly. If you want to try other primers, you don't want to try Milk of Magnesia, then go for silicone based primers like the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's got a really nice silicone gel type thick texture, and once you've put it on your skin, it leaves a matte finish. And a dupe for that would be something like the Laneige Anti-Chafing Cream, and I do recommend that. I have tried it, and it does give very, very similar results to the Smashbox primer. It's not exactly the same, but for a fraction of the price, I think it's pretty good. If you like setting your makeup with powder, but you don't want the whole matte look finish, then you can still set your makeup with powder. Just use a setting spray at the end. It doesn't have to be anything special. It can even be the witch hazel, it can be water, it can be water mixed with a little bit of glycerin, and just spray a little bit over your face and it will take away the matte look. But obviously if you're into the whole matte look, then of course you're going to want to go for matte finish foundations. But yeah, if you're not into that type of finish, then just finish your makeup with a setting spray. Yeah, I think that's it really. Oh, and if you've got a really, really, really oily skin and you think nothing really is helping, then of course get yourself down to a dermatologist, and they may prescribe something for you that will rectify that problem. They may even prescribe a retinoid for you. So yeah, if your skin is really, really oily and you think there's no solution, then go to a dermatologist. Yeah, so yeah, that's my tips. Thumbs up if you want to see a video on my favorite products for oily skin, acne prone skin. Yeah, that's it. If you found this video informative or useful, helpful, then thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.